Hello goat lovers. Today we're in the kitchen, very excited. I have 2 cheddar cheeses that are over a year old that I will be opening for the first time. So just a little background on last year's cheddar cheese experimenting and as far as trying to learn. We did make 5. The first one was just horrendous. Well, you couldn't even call it a cheese. It did not knit together at all. When I took it out of the press, it was, again, totally unknitted. None of those curds stuck together, and all of the curds actually stuck to the cheesecloth, so much so I had to throw it all away. So that was first attempt. Didn't work. Second attempt, we didn't have wax or anything at that point. It did knit together nicely and thought it would work out. We dried it, and then because I didn't have wax, we actually put it in I always forget, food saver bag, right? So airtight, sealed bag, and it just kind of kept breaking open. I had to continually clean the mold off of that cheese and just really had to take a lot of care of it. So I ended up just tossing it. At some point it got just a lot of mold on it and I just tossed it. So that was second attempt. Third attempt, turned out really good. We had the wax, we waxed the cheese, and I let it sit for 2 months. And then I cut that bad boy open and it was amazing. The flavor was absolutely amazing, but it turned out more of like a Parmesan cheese would be, a crumbly, only it didn't have any melting capability, so it wasn't a melter cheese, but the flavor again was amazing. It's something we still put on our burgers. We crumbled it on our salads. And I think I made a couple cheese sauces. And honestly, I should have kept notes of all of these cheeses, but I didn't, and I did myself dirty. But this year I will not be making that mistake. I got me a little write-in-yourself recipe book that I can be keeping notes and everything on my cheeses. So next year I won't have to try to remember how it goes or go back through my vlogs to try to remember a book. And I'm gonna write notes this year, so I don't do myself dirty again. But back to these cheddars. These 2 bad boys were the last ones I made. This one, cheddar 1, was from May 15th. So even at that, we're over 13 months on this cheese. 13 months this bad boy's been sitting. And this one, cheddar 2, was May 29th. So very, very close to 13 months. Either way, they're both over a year old, and I'm just wanting to break them both open. I want to see if there's any different textures. If I did anything different, should have kept notes, but either way, these 2, I kind of felt like I had a good hand on it at this point, but I want to see if we can get a melting cheese out of either one of these, or if it's just going to kind of be still like a Parmesan texture. So a wonderful cheese making woman, her name is Kristen from Hammock Farms. She's amazing. I love watching her cheese videos. She really helps me in particularly out because she's making it with goat's milk, which is obviously raw goat's milk at that, which is what I'm doing. So obviously if you're going to be using store-bought cow's milk that's pasteurized, it's going to be a bit of a different recipe, for one, and for 2, the proteins in cow's milk and goat milk is different. So it's just different. So she's just a really good guide for me. So I really like watching her. So thank you, lady. But anyway, she made a comment on that cheese that I had cut open and said around 10 months is when you're going to get that creamier texture in a goat milk cheddar. Not only creamier, but she says something about it's going to start kind of crystallizing, get little crystals in it, which yet to see, because I've never actually seen a goat milk cheddar, except for today with you guys, what it's going to look like after a year. So I'm really just super excited about it. And again, I'm going to do both just simply because I want to see if they're any different, or if I potentially may have done something different. Not that I can go back on my notes, but so glad to have you guys here with us doing this, especially since many of you were there with me for all of my screw-ups in the first couple of cheddars, and you know, just trying this whole thing out, learning with me. So super excited. Let's get this cheese cut open and see what we got. So in both of these cheeses I can actually see a little bit of a difference in both of them. Well, for one, this one, if you guys get down lower, it's from the same press. Both were 3 gallons of milk, same technique, but this one came out obviously a little smaller. Not sure if I pressed it more or what, but this one, when you fill it, this one has give, which gets me a little excited, guys. I'm not gonna lie, because that could potentially be a good sign of a melter cheese. This one, we ain't got nothing, dude. It's like a rock. So we'll just have to see. So even though this cheddar one is a little bit older, I'm going to cut this one open first, just because it is harder. And this was the last cheese I did, the actual last cheddar that I did. So I'm going to cut this one open first. So this bad boy here, I just want to mention too, actually the McKinney's this came with us for a soap kit that they sent us. It had a couple cutters in it. And this one I used for one of my cheeses because I saw somebody using something similar to this and it works really good to cut the cheeses. So this has been my cheese cutter. So thank you, McKinney's. But anyway, here we go. I'm so nervous. How about you guys?
I'm nervous.
Pretty scared.
Right, it's feeling hard. Quite. I think I got rancher's muscles. Okay. Here we go, you guys. This is it.
And for the moment you have all been waiting
For 13 months.
Yeah, I have. Well, it's definitely dry. But I think I see the crystallization for sure. I don't know if you guys can see that. Alright, let's see. It's pretty dang sharp, I'll tell you that. But look at that, it's just crumbling right apart. Not necessarily what I was hoping for texture-wise. Well, not what I was hoping for at all, to be honest. What do you think? What do you think, Darren? Here you go.
It's good. Oh, that's a strong flavor. The good kind.
It's sharp. It's very sharp.
Sharp, yeah. That's good. I like it.
That's good. I like it.
It is different than the one we opened at 2 months old, just as far as, for one, it's a lot sharper. And two, it's like, if you look in the inside, it is getting like creamier like. It's kind of really hard to explain here. But it's like it's actually doing, I think it is gonna, if I let it sit longer, or maybe another year, it would be creamy.
That is amazing. And I would not be okay with that.
You want to eat it now?
Yes.
Alright, so here we go. That was cheese number 1 for May 15th.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
Let's try this one. Now this one I said
Let me go.
had some give in it. I'm feeling actually really good. Can you guys see the give? Which makes me feel really good. Here we go. This is going to be the cheddar, the last one I made that's going to be amazing. Ooh, that's nice.
I have good feelings about the cheese.
That felt good. Oh man. Okay, let's see. Well, it really kind of looks almost the same. Not as kind of powdery looking, but let's check it out. Ooh, oh yeah, it's different. It's definitely more bound together than a crumble. Like that did not want to just crumble off. All right, so let's see.
Is it good?
Please.
Oh my gosh, that one really is awesome. It's like
Samples.
a chewy, like an actual cheddar. Darren keeps going like this with the camera because he's wanting the cheese. That is amazing. That's like a real cheddar. Oh, Emily stole it. She wasn't gonna wait for him to grab it. Here you go, bub.
It's just like creamy.
This one is like creamy, yeah, and it's got really good stuck together texture. This is like the real deal, guys.
That's good.
And it's sharp
It doesn't want to crumble either.
and almost a little tangy. You guys feel a little taste a little tang in there?
Yes.
Yeah. That's good.
Goat cheese is like really, really fun, you guys.
It's just
I can't believe 13 years. 13 years. That's what it felt like, but really it was just 13
It was
months.
just 13 months.
This was worth it. I'm really, really happy with number 2 here. Number 1, I was expecting a better turnout. More like I got here from number 2.
like at first you would expect them to like be the same, but in like the inside, like see the difference.
So it's almost like this one's dry. Well, it is dry. So, in this one, it's not. It's even like it's chewy when you chew it. It doesn't really want to crumble, whereas this one totally wants to crumble. I mean, it's still together, but
And it's a little like harder to peel off
see
than
it?
this one.
this cheese is still very delicious, and it's absolutely not anything I would be throwing in the garbage. But again, I was searching for a different texture with it, and I come much, much, much closer with the number 2 cheese here. So really happy with the number 2. Also happy with the number 1. The number 1 just is going to happen to be in cheeses and, you know, cheese sauces and over salads and things like that. And this one, I don't know, might have to be more of like a delicacy cheese.
That's going on mac and cheese, man.
Oh, this would be mac and cheese.
That
Get
would
the
be
flavor in the mac and cheese because you're making a cream sauce. But this bad boy,
Okay, fine.
it's got to be like wine and cheese. So you guys aren't going to be able to eat this one.
What? No.
Outrageous.
No. This is not okay. I disapprove.
Okay, so now that we know how the flavor is, we're going to go ahead and try to melt some of this cheese. We're going to do 1 and 2. So I got cheese number 1 here. They both grate really well, actually. So like I was saying, like perfect taste. So it's great to actually put on a salad or even make a cream sauce with. I don't have high hopes that this is going to melt, but I'm going to try it anyway because I won't know if I don't try. And this bad boy, the number 2, that I'm actually really, really satisfied with as far as texture is concerned. Flavor has never been an issue with these cheeses. They're always delicious, but just kind of searching for a texture. And the melting. So this one here, just very well. This is number 2. I'm thinking I'm going to give it a 60% chance it might melt, which is probably even a higher chance, but I don't want to get my hopes up too high. So here we go. Let's try it. We're going to do 1 first. Okay, so we're just testing this out just to see if either of these cheeses are going to melt. We're going to start with number 1, and I just have a pan here that I'm heating up. Literally just going to pour it over it. See if there's any melting action that'll happen. I hear sizzling. Oh, popping. No melting.
We might need a lid.
This
This can get out of hand.
popcorn. So at this point, I'm going to go with this one. It's not going to be a melter. Yeah, guys, not gonna happen. Okay, so we're giving up on this one, not a melter. Cheese number 1 is a no melt. So this is actually kind of cool, you guys. Take a look. It's like golden cheese. Like crispy. And it's really good. Okay. Here we go. Fingers crossed. Really want this to be a melter. Let's see. Oh my gosh, much closer. Well, I would say it melted, but not quite like the normal melt, right? Pretty darn close though. That would still be really a good spread on a burger. Cool. Closer. That really smells good, you guys. Toasted like that. I don't know if you guys have ever tried it, but where you put the Monterey Jack and the mozzarella and you put it in a pan, you shred it up, and then you eat it on tortillas. Oh my goodness, that's what that smells like. So that would be really good on a tortilla or something. But either way, it didn't melt as much as I wanted it to, like that stringy, amazing melt that I was kind of really hoping to achieve. But either way, very satisfied, especially with number 2. Extremely satisfied with that cheese. I got very close to something I was really hoping to accomplish. And then even number 1. Like I told you guys, none of the cheeses I've made, the Colbys, the Jacks, the Pepper Jacks, the Cheddars, all of them have been beyond delicious. None of them have been a fail, but I'm just going to keep trying to get that perfect cheddar that I am trying to achieve. So I'm going to just cut a sliver off of each and work with each. I'll make some sauces, I'll make some things, you know, and the really, number 2, the one that's really good, will probably just be for toppings on things and such. So I'm really excited. That was a long wait, and great, awesome flavor. And number 2, I was so close, you guys. So this year, with taking notes, I do believe I'm going to achieve my amazing cheddar. All of the taste and the texture and the melting that I am hoping to achieve. So, let's get these bad boys cut up for a reasonable piece for the family to be able to finish in the next couple of weeks for each of them. And then I'm going to wax the rest of them and we'll save them. Alright, so I just got half of both of these cheeses. We've eaten some of it, obviously. So I got some for us to last the next couple of weeks to eat on. As far as waxing is concerned, this is the method I have been using. It comes in this little can. I put it in a pot with boiling water to get it to melt, get it super hot and melted, and use this little brush. So it's super easy method. Of course, I put some foil down so I can just wrap it up and throw it away. But the rest of it is wax, so my goal, obviously, is just to get this sealed back up so I can just age it longer. Just keep it fresh. It dries really quick. There's another method you could do if you just actually melt it in a pan, a big enough pan and shallow pan for you to dip it in. Roll it around, dip it on both sides, kind of a thing. So I'm going to get that a couple more times, but let that dry up a bit. Now this is beautiful cheese number 2. See how quick it's already drying, guys? Make sure you get in all those little holes. You can always cut that off. Okay, get this dude again. one more time with this guy. While you're at it, give it a gander. Make sure there's no other holes. So now, I have 2 half cheddars, which is still really cool. So maybe in a couple months I'll open them and see if there's any progress or if there's any changes in it. But I may as well continue to let some of that rest because it'll continue to age. So then it'll be a 15-month-old cheese, and just see again if there's any differences. Hopefully the one isn't going to continue to dry out, but either way, as I had mentioned, if I don't try it, I'm not going to learn. So I'm going to take my notes, and we are done with these cheeses. There you have it, guys. Thanks for waiting 13 months with me. We were going to open it at 12 months. You guys know that. But we've been really busy and haven't gotten around to it, which I was a couple times. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to just open it up, but we didn't have the video and everything, and I wanted to make sure I shared it with you guys, since you guys know I've been waiting forever, and a lot of you were there with us when we made it. So you may have noticed this is one of our logos. I really like this shirt, actually. And then there's another logo, which this is my boy's shirt. It's a little bright for me, but it still looks pretty cool. But this is the other logo. So if actually a lot of you have already purchased merch, so I'd just like to say, if you guys want to email your pictures of you wearing your shirts with your goats, with your animals, or just somewhere cool, we'd love to share them on our channel, so go ahead and do that. So thank you everybody who has already purchased the merch. You guys are awesome, and you've helped us out in just showing your support. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.